Hi, I'm Albert Gonzalez, Assistant Professor at Cal State East Bay, Director of the C.E. Smith Museum of Anthropology there, and now more recently, our campus's Repatriation Coordinator. So first, I'd like to take this opportunity to reaffirm Cal State East Bay's and the C.E. Smith Museum commitment to NAGPRA, Cal NAGPRA, AB 275, and their ethical and philosophical underpinnings, and that's despite recent publications and presentations to the contrary by colleagues in the CSU system. Prior to AB 275, I had never been involved in any NAGPRA or Cal NAGPRA work in any formal way besides sort of theoretical training in grad school. Now, since say summer, maybe August of 2020, between 5 and 20 hours of my workload every week is dedicated to this. And it's only recently that I've become repatriation coordinator sort of officially, right? So as far as I know, CSUEB has not carried out any NAGPRA work beyond updates to federal inventories in the last, say, 15 or more years, as far as I'm aware. And I've never been a part of any of that. I've only been there for 6 years now. No, I've only been museum director for a few years now. However, last year when I caught wind of Ramos's work on AB 275, when it was first in the news, I went ahead and chartered an osteological inventory, contracted someone to do an osteological inventory of our materials. It's just sort of a general update. Since I was the director of the museum, was in a position where I could do so. But really, it's an anticipation of that, what was then upcoming legislation. I also ordered biodegradable storage materials to facilitate reinterment if the need eventually arose. That's currently the osteological side of things is on hold until the NHC gets back to all of us with more information, an updated list on MLDs, and more information on how we're supposed to proceed as they're required to by law. Now, for this work, I was not previously compensated in any form and for any of the additional workload that I took on. But through some dedicated self-advocacy, that's changed. I worked it up through the chain from chair to dean to various folks at the level of vice presidents and finally to the office of the president. Months and months later, I found myself in a position where our incoming president, who started in spring of 2021, President Sandine, asked me for a proposal so that I could explain to her, so I could show her what it is that needs to be done. I produced the proposal and significant portions of it were approved. It provides me with some, but limited, of course, release time, provides a colleague with release time to serve as tribal liaison, and provides limited funding for to hire a CRM firm or a private contractor to carry out some of the artifact work. So they can look through our museum collections, our Native American collections, and analyze in particular, for purpose of producing an inventory, the AFOs and objects of cultural patrimony, or at least help us develop an understanding of what those are. Before our president got involved, I was seriously considering writing letters, letter writing campaign to the chancellor's office to put out an SOS for help. Now that I have support from my campus and really strong support from my campus president and a couple of different committees associated with this, I'm not sure I'm so much in need of that anymore. However, I think that organization at the top level, best practices, standard forms and so on from the CO would be beneficial for all of us, and streamline a lot of our work. But I think even more beneficial would be regional compacts between some of our campuses, because many of us, as many of you know, have shared sites in the past. And so a lot of these remains, at least for us, have stemmed from sites where other Bay Area and near Bay Area campuses have also excavated. So we can prevent a lot of duplication of work that way. We've not reviewed, as I mentioned, our AFOs or artifact collections just yet. We have old inventories, but of course we have to produce new ones. We reached out to a limited number of MLDs before AB 275 was signed into law. As I started off the process of the osteological inventory, a very limited number of MLDs because we were just getting going. But once the law hit, we were required to wait until the NAHC provides us with a list of MLDs. So we put a hold on that. And that's where we're at the moment. I think we're in a good position to be done at our university to have our requirements completed by the end of the year, but that's only because we started a year early, right? We have the support of our university president. We have funding to do it, and I have release time to help accomplish that. So not every campus has that. So that's where we're at. Thank you so much.